Hello everyone, I am Lori Cooch. Today I want to show you something out of our brand new, started today, August 1st, catalog that I've been spending the last couple of days just making these because they're super cute and really fun. So the first thing you need is the brand new You Deserve It All stamp and thin cut set. And this is $29.95. You also will need the thin cuts that are pull tab, and those are just $18.95. So you will use both of these together to create these cards. Now I've went ahead and cut everything already. So I've cut my paper, how I'm gonna have it laid out. You can cut yours in any size, but you do need to have a separate piece. And let me pull this out of the pull tabs for you so that you will have these little notch pieces, and they're in different lengths, which is where you can see right here where your pull tab is going to pull through. And then I used the little circle here to make the indent where our pull tab will come out of. This piece here, this larger piece, is going to make the piece we actually pull, and I will go over that. And then there's another little piece that makes this, and this will all make sense when I show you how to put this card together. As for the stamp and thin cut set, I used the package, which is one of the thin cuts, the bottom of the package, and then there's two package tops, and I will show you examples of both of these. This one we're going to make on the video is this one, and looks like that. And then I just stamped it with black ink to get the lines there for you. I figure everybody knows how to use their thin cuts and their stamping, so for the sake of the time of this video, I did those things first. Grab my mat. I do want to color before we get too far ahead on here our package so that those have a chance to dry. So I just grabbed the pale pink, and I'm gonna use just this one pen. I'll show you variations with different colors. I've kind of done a bunch of these, and I will show you them. So I'm just going to color the stripes. Now, if you haven't used the Spectrum Noir markers, they're an alcohol marker, so they kind of bleed out a little bit, so you don't want to get too close to the edge. So I'm just doing this really quickly. It's really fun, and you'll see with the other cards, blending the colors together to give it a fun color scheme. Now, I've had this set now for about a month, and like I said, I've made quite a few cards like this already. So it's available to you starting today, August 1st. I do anticipate this will be one of the things that sells out pretty quickly. I mean, I have no way to know that for sure, but things do tend to sell out. So if you want this one, I wouldn't wait too long to get it. Trying to match up my lines here. If you have not yet looked at the new catalog, check that out online. You can do it right here on my website, which will be in the description below. There's tons of new products and thin cuts and stamps and distress oxide inks and just a bunch of new things. And then as soon as you place your first order, they will send you both the core catalog that's good for a year and the 3-month seasonal catalog included in your order, free of charge. So if you're not local to me or able to go to my crops, that is a quick and easy way to get your catalog free of charge. Okay, now I'm just going to go to the mid pink on here and color in the other stripe. My hand is, I've been coloring for days. Like I said, I've made quite a few of these. Bunch of different color schemes. I'm going to be set for birthday cards. You could actually do these for thank you. You could color them different, make them Christmas, Valentine's, anniversaries, anything you wanted to do, because you don't have to stamp happy birthday in there. That is one of the stamps that comes in the stamp and thin cut kit, so I just have been using that one because you always need birthday cards. But you can pick any stamp that would fit on that, or even design something on your Cricut and line it up to write it on there with pens. However you want to do that. So I think actually coloring this, which is very relaxing, is the longest part of making this card. Because the assembly of it goes really quick, especially after you do the first one and you get it down on the little nooks and crannies of it, and we'll go over those. It does come with instructions on how to use that pull tab as well, and you can use this pull tab on other things. It does not have to be used strictly with these presents. You can use them for anything you wanted to pull around and have movement on your card. Okay, going back to the light, I'm going to color the ribbon. And then I'm going to add, just run the mid down the side so it gets a shadowy effect. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be pretty. And then I'm going to come in and blend it back in with the light and feather it out into the rest. And then when you let this sit, it's going to blend in and you won't see the brush strokes. Now we'll come up to the ribbon top, or our present top. And the fun thing with the alcohol markers is, and I'll show you, if you come back over it with the same color, it will get it a little darker. So we're going to do that for the shadow effect inside the ribbon. So that it looks like, you know, in a ribbon. It's, the inside's always just a little bit darker because it doesn't get the sunlight or light. So I'm going to just color that in and come around to the next one. So right now they're all going to be the same color, but it won't be. Okay, now I'm going to start back over here at where we first started and add another layer of color to that. And I'm still using the light, just going over it a second time. See the color difference there? Same pen. Now I'm going to come back with the mid and do the present top. And don't worry about your brush strokes, they will blend right in. Almost done. And now, because I put that little variation of color on that ribbon, I need to put it on this one as well. And then I'm just going to add another, like we did here, on these ribbon ties. Okay. So now we're done with that. We're going to go with the assembly of the card. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is put down this piece of cardstock onto our base. And I'm just going to center it on there. I'm not going to measure. I don't measure much. You know what? Let me get rid of this mat so that it's cleaner to see. Then I want to run some adhesive just down the edge of this. Because I want to put these ones on here and have them stick out a little off the side. Okay, so now this was our piece that cut with the thin cut, and you'll see that there's score lines, and then there's some score lines here. So you want to fold in, and I've already put some adhesive on here. So now it looks like that. And you still have this piece here. So you've got your seam back here. So you want this to be the front, which will show on the front of the card. So you're gonna fold this score line up and this score line up, and then kind of bend those score lines so they come together like so. And then we take the little white piece, and there's score lines on that as well. And I'm gonna just put a little bit more adhesive on there because it didn't stick real well. Make sure there's none hanging over because you do not want it to stick to this piece. And then you're just gonna fold it and fold it so it makes a loop or a sleeve. Then you're just going to slide this through here so it will slide up and down. We're gonna put a little bit of adhesive on here, again, making sure it does not stick to the blue or whatever color you use for your pull. And then we're going to just kind of hold those and put those through our base. And this is where you just kind of line it up. Once those are through, you're going to fold them over. And then I'm going to slide this down where it won't show, line it up, and push it down. So this will allow for our slide, and this will hold this in piece in place so that it doesn't go from side to side. Make sense? So that's our slide. Now this is what is going to slide, is our present. So I'm just going to line them up how I want them to be on the card front and flip it over. I am now going to take, if I can find a pair of scissors, some of our thin, not thin as in thickness, but thin as in width, foam tape, and just cut off a little bit. I need 2 pieces, and we're going to run that down each side of this card for the present that's going to pull out. That's going to work as a base to give it this way, so that it can slide in and out and stay in the guide. And then I'm going to take a glue dot, maybe 2. Mine are kind of melted. It's really hot here in the desert lately. And put that right on top of where it's going to go on our pull. And that's what's going to hold the back of that present on there. And then I'm going to just take the backing off of those, hold it where I want it, making sure it's not sticking to that foam tape, and just set it right on. And there we have our pull feature. Pretty cool, huh? I think it's exciting. Now I'm just going to throw some more adhesive on the back of this, making sure not to get any on here, and put it on our base. Grab a card base. And there's our card. Now, of course, you want to trim this off because that won't fit in an envelope. How cute is that? So I'll show you the other ones that I've made. I've made quite a few. So of this style, I did one in pink and gray, and blue and gray, and pink and kind of a steel blue. Then in this style, it's just the present lifts up. Down here I have Happy Birthday, You Deserve It. Pop that up with some foam tape. Did that in a coral and a mint, green and gray, blue, green and gray, and then pinks. And then third, we have some that are the other direction. These also open, say Happy Birthday inside, but they open up this way. So I have the blue, a pink and a green, and these are all done with the alcohol markers. So that's it. That is the new Stamp and Thin Cut set called You Deserve It All. And then of course the pull tab thin cuts. And again, you don't have to use just these presents on the thin coats, or I'm sorry, the pull tabs. You can use anything you want to have move when you pull that tab. So there'll be links to these products in the description below. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'd be honored if you would click on subscribe, and I hope to see you back here soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.